The first U.S.-flagged Great Lakes freighter built since the early 1980s is now docked at Duluth Superior. The Mark W. Barker made her visit to the Twin Ports yesterday morning.
And get this, she can carry everything from wind turbine blades to traditional cargo like ore and salt. The Laker was also built slightly smaller to better navigate rivers and terminals. Check that out.
Yeah, cool sight to see there in Duluth.
Fargo City Commissioners are discussing plans for the Main Avenue corridor between University Drive and 25th Street South. Specifically, how many lanes the road should include. Some plans show 3, others say 5. Planners are studying how to ease the traffic flow while keeping impacts to businesses and private properties to a minimum.
Even if 5 lanes are not built, sidewalks will still need to be made wider to qualify for federal funding. Spots that are right up against a building doesn't qualify. Now, there is a public input meeting that is happening for the project. It's scheduled for October 18th. North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer is among the Americans now banned from entering Russia. Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota is also on that list. It's part of the sanctions imposed in response to U.S. sanctions against Russians stemming from that war in Ukraine.
Russia's foreign ministry says the list includes business leaders, academics, and government officials. Actors Sean Penn and Ben Stiller are still some of the notable names on that list. Former Miss America Kara Mund of Bismarck has handed in a petition that, if approved, will place her on the November ballot in the race for the U.S. House of Representatives. She needs 1,000 valid signatures to be entered into the race, but handed in more than double that, 2,600 signatures.
Mund is running as an independent for North Dakota's seat in the House of Representatives. She is challenging incumbent Republican Kelly Armstrong. Earlier this week, Democratic NPL endorsed candidate Mark Haugen backed out, citing Mund's late entry into the race. The North Dakota Secretary of State's office expects that it should take at least until tomorrow to determine if Mund has enough valid signatures. It's the day Apple fans have been waiting for. Apple is expected to announce the new iPhones. Feels like we just got new ones. Anyway, the rumor is that the iPhone 14 will be 6.7 inches, but not a Pro model.
A smaller pill-shaped cutout for the cameras is expected to replace the notch in Apple's high-end phones. We're also likely to get a look at new watches that could feature a slightly larger screen.
Well, get this, it was a bit of good news amid all of the chaos that's going on in Ukraine. We are getting a look this morning at a kitten rescued in Kharkiv. Firefighters were trying to knock down flames at a burning building on Sunday when someone heard a faint meow coming from the rubble.
Meow. They looked around and found the little cat underneath a pile of rubble. The State Emergency Service of Ukraine released video showing firefighters, you see there, washing down the cat before it was handed over to other volunteers.
Oh, that cat had been through some stuff there. Look at its coat. Oh, well, glad it's doing well now. Let's see how people are responding, though, to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question today is: the average mother spends 153 hours a year doing this for her children.
And here are some of your responses. Kylie says lecturing them. Debbie says cleaning their room. Oh, thanks, Mom, for always doing that. And Tara says packing school lunches. All of these are great guesses. To leave your answer, check out the question on our Valley News Live Facebook page. We'll be back with your responses and the correct answer a little later on. But first, straight ahead this Wednesday morning, why former Trump advisor Steve Bannon is making plans to turn himself in to New York authorities.
Plus, this morning, we are waking up to a view that's a little hazy out there. Lisa Green is tracking our forecast, and she has the very latest.